Here we go.
Yo, yo.
Yo.
How y'all feeling?
What's going on?
God damn it.
Oh, wow.
Trying to get your shit situated, but it wasn't letting me.
All right.
So we good.
TGIF.
Chef, what's good, brother?
What's going on, man? Another Friday.
Another Friday.
Another Friday. You dig?
It's a crazy fucking week.
It don't feel like it. My fucking paycheck gone.
Yo, I don't want to talk about that, man.
Just like DC Curry on next Friday. I was gone.
Oh my goodness.
That shit was gone. Fucking all them bills, man, hit at once.
Listen, I haven't even paid the bills yet. I had to get that first one out the way. The first of what could be 360 plus more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those are not fun.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to say I feel like I'm missing. I think I'm missing something, but I'm not missing something. But I just caught on to that a little bit. So okay, all right. So
yeah. Call me Bow Wow.
I'll leave it at that.
I want to say, speaking of that, fucking Bow Wow is only paying $1,000 a month, but I don't think he's on child support. I think he's just has an arrangement. He's giving his daughter $1,000 a month, and like, yo, give your mother something if she needs it.
I did see that. I did see
that the other day.
Like that. That's the kind of arrangement I was hoping for.
Yeah. It is what it is. But, I mean,
okay. Yeah, in a perfect world. I
don't know how true that is. It could be like, for internet shit. You gotta really like research that shit because it might not be true.
Hey yo, before we get it started, man, let's give a shout out to all the mothers, man. Happy Mother's Day weekend.
Yes.
To the good mothers. I'm not shouting out bad mothers. Fuck that.
Okay.
If you suck as a mother and you know who you are.
I'm not trying to trigger. I'm not trying to trigger nothing. So I'm not trying to trigger nothing.
No, I'm just saying.
Trying to trigger nothing.
No, it's no trigger. I'm just saying. Just like they don't want to fucking shout out the deadbeats, which they shouldn't, which is perfectly fine. There's some deadbeat moms out there too. So fuck you. You don't get a happy Mother's Day. Just like the deadbeat fathers don't get a happy Father's Day either.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Happy Mother's Day to the good mothers.
Okay. Fitness all around. Okay, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not. Yo, listen, I'm a equal opportunity fucking asshole. Like, I'm not gonna say
that is very true.
I'm not gonna give kudos to the good mothers and not the good fathers, and not gonna bash the good fathers and not the good mothers. Like, if you're a bad parent, you're a bad parent. Period.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what? One good mother, I got to give a special shout out to Tisha Brown. Man, Tish.
We all know Tish.
Used to work with us up at BU.
Yeah.
Did she go to high school?
No, not that one.
Okay, my bad.
She had a stroke last week.
Oh man.
Ty?
Yeah, so yeah. She just got out of the hospital a couple of days ago. She's doing her therapy and stuff like that. I actually found out today, so I just want to give her a shout out.
Wow,
she watches the show.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Ty's kind of young. She's not that old. Wow.
No, definitely not. Nah. I definitely knew it was something I had to hit you up about today.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That's my girl.
Yeah.
Good people, man. Oh, sucks to hear.
You gotta take care of our health, man.
Yeah.
Diabetes and all that shit, man.
Definitely. As I sit here with a red cup with alcohol in it, we got to take care of ourselves.
I mean, but it's not like you're doing that all day long. You having
good point.
Moderation, man.
Definitely in moderation. It's been one of those kind of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know what I mean. We had jury deliberation started with the Diddy trial this week. We had the 3 officers that were acquitted of the Tyree Nichols. That thing happened this week. It's been crazy. Smokey Robinson was accused of sexual assault.
Smokey?
You know what's funny?
His housekeeper.
Wow.
It's not funny. because those allegations aren't ever funny. But
Right.
it's like, remember Chris Rock had that joke where it's like, you know, if someone said that there was crack in the Krispy Kreme donuts, you would be like, oh, that makes sense.
Mm.
Yo, come on, man. Hey, yo, come on, man.
Listen, he's been he's been towing the line of some questionable things over the not even decades, or not even years, over the decades. He's been like, it's like you hear it now, it's like, yeah. I mean,
kind of like what? I believe that to happen.
Yeah, it's like this is the first we're hearing about this. I'm sure that he's gotten some, you know what I mean? Like they was giving it up back then, you know what I mean?
For Diddy, maybe, but not for Smokey.
Smokey? Where do you think he got his name from? Come on, man.
I
It makes
thought
sense.
he had an infatuation with marijuana. That's how I thought he got the name Smokey. If we being honest, that's what I thought.
Do a little something strange for change over there.
I forgot what the story was about how that became his nickname, though. But
Jesus.
Yeah, for Diddy, absolutely. Like I posted there was a meme 50 posted with 6 of him as the jury for Diddy's trial. I was like, yeah, verdict, he did that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It feels like that. If they're not using that video in the case, I'm not sure. Like, they're gonna have to prove that the actual charges, not just the video, because he's not on trial for the video. The actual charges. I don't know,
allowing
man.
that. They're allowing that video as evidence, though.
Are they? I thought they said they wasn't allowing it.
I thought the story last week was they are allowing it, unless something came out since then saying they.
Yeah, but even if they allow it, it doesn't pertain to the charges. So I mean, it's almost just like
it's for his character. It's like for his character.
Yeah.
Right.
They're doing Diddy like they did OJ.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
They couldn't get him before, so they're gonna get him with this.
Yeah.
They're gonna find a way to get him with this. And that's not to say he's absolved of any wrongdoing. He who knows what he did, but you read the room and it's like, yeah, okay, you should have got him for that and you didn't. So let's go ahead and throw everything on this one.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of OJ, I seen him. There's a fucking meme out there where it says OJ in heaven looking at Shannon Sharp situation like, I know what I would have did.
Yo.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I hate the internet, but I love it at the same time. Shit's crazy.
Yeah,
the internet is dangerous, man.
Yeah, definitely. Internet is super, super dangerous. I mean, yeah, that's kind of like part of what we're gonna get into tonight. Well, you know what I mean, like in the show, as far as we'll talk about the Shannon Sharp situation, but just talking about being in your prime, right? This is the remix, and dating women 20 years younger.
Not even in their prime yet.
Not even in their prime yet. But you're in your prime, but your target is less than your prime. That's
yeah, I've grown up a lot.
Well, shit.
What does that mean?
Huh?
What does that mean?
Because the younger me, if you would have asked me this question when I'm at 23, if you would have said, hey, when you get 53, would you be dating a 23-year-old? I'd probably been like, hell yeah.
Well, before we even get into that, let's dive into
what are you stuttering about?
No, I'm saying before we even get into that, because I was reading that comment and thinking at the same time, but before we even get into that topic, stemming from how the OJ trial and that era when the cops got off.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about them 3 cops getting off after beating the shit out of that kid.
Man, I'm at a loss for words to a degree. And I didn't know. No, maybe I did know. I just forgot because that they were black.
Yeah.
I forgot that. I forgot that part of it. I was like, oh shit.
That shit saddens me. Because y'all know they know what we go through.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They know the shit that goes on with our community and the stigma with police. And for you to do that to someone of your own kind is, and it's on camera, so you can't say you didn't do it. Like, come on, man.
Well, this is just the whole house versus field.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, these guys are trying to please, master to a degree. It's like, no, I'm not like them. I'm not like them. I'm different.
Right.
Yeah.
And Tyreek, unfortunately, was victim to that circumstance, because they wouldn't have done that to a white kid.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah, it's just very unfortunate, man.
And if they did, they would have been guilty.
Hell yeah.
This is definitely starting to become the norm, though.
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Cal, I don't know who they were. They're not. I don't think it was from here, but
it was in Memphis, right?
Memphis.
Yeah.
It was a case in Memphis.
Yeah, but they were all three black. They were all three black cops. I think that's what he was asking. Were they all black?
Where you go, Payne? What's the matter, man? Already?
My camera's acting crazy.
Oh, okay.
You just turned into an Incredible Hulk and some more shit.
Oh, you was turning into the Hulk for a second.
Yeah, that shit. I don't know what's going on with that shit. Like, I gotta get a new camera.
But
well,
go ahead, Little.
Nah, but shoot, y'all talking about the allegations. I mean, shit, we just heard about Byron Scott.
Crazy.
What he do?
Oh yeah.
Same thing they're saying. He said when he was 26, he didn't know the girl was only what, 13 or something? No, 15. She was like 15 or something like that.
But he
I guess
18.
Yeah. Yeah, so that just actually just popped up with the last 2 days.
Yeah, and
that's crazy.
Yeah. I guess one thing I don't like when you see those type of cases is I guess I just don't like the fact that people are always so quick to be like, well, why didn't they come out and just say it right away? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, you would think that that's not something that's just easy to come and blurt out and say, like, yo, this happened to me, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, and definitely, I think now, obviously, being older and looking at it as a scope of a father with a daughter, like, I think I think the perspective changes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, on that kind of stuff, because you're like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, it shouldn't matter when she came out and said it. She said it, and you know what I mean. Like, now, granted, there are some people that, unfortunately, some women that have tainted that to a degree where, like, for some, there's some people that really are victims, and there's some that are just like looking for a come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of what sucks.
Because they glamorize these situations, for the ones that are truly victims of it. Like, we hear less of those stories, and we hear more about the frivolous lawsuits. And because those are the ones that get the most attention, everybody's like, oh, that's a come up.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can't tell which is which.
Yeah, they hurt the credibility of actual victims doing that. Now people are like, did you really? Instead of, oh, what happened?
Right.
Which sucks, because now you're victim blaming, and no one should ever have to feel like they're at fault for being on the receiving end of some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what up, Hank?
Marcus, what up? You Marcus, man. You Marcus.
Yeah, he's Marcus.
You're like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel weird saying your real name.
Yeah, I'm not calling you Hank, bro. I'm calling you Marcus. Just so we're clear. Just so we're clear. Okay. Yeah. All right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Until I see that next roll or something, dog. You Marcus, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but fellas, it's about that time.
That time, baby. Let's get it.
Hey yo, Donut White, no muzzle. Sparring Minds live every Friday. Let's go. Look, it's Sparring Minds. If you don't know the name, look us up. You know it's all facts when you got Chef Maine cooking up a couple of brothers who know all about the struggle. Black excellence, you know we just work hard and hustle. Whenever you want that urban talk, you know we keep it real. Mr. Maritime on the mic, yeah, you know the deal is real life. Hotel High Tower bringing you the feel. DJ Payne, keep it 100. Matter of fact, keep it a mill. Let's go. Let's go.
Yo. We're back. Episode 177.
That's a lot.
You dig? And yeah, man. So I mean, you know, talking about the prime, we're talking about the remixing your prime, all that good stuff. And just talking about, you know, why a 40-something year-old man would want to indulge, fornicate, participate with someone 20 years his senior. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of stems from the Shannon Sharpe situation, and just how, just like that, you're on the verge of signing a $100 million deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, to take yourself and your status to like a whole other level. But then you get like caught up in a situation where you were trying to settle, you know, and it didn't happen, and all this stuff comes out. But why? I guess my first question would be, why would a person of that stature put themselves in a position with someone 20 years their senior? So what is the thrill or excitement that you would think happens with an older man wanting someone younger than him?
You know, it you know, when I was younger, and even in the 80s, that was actually a thing where it was like, you know, I'm that guy. I could pull someone at, you know, that much younger. That was actually a real thing back in the days. You know, so you had all the time older guys trying to go after younger girls. Now, as for that age thing, you know, I can't fuck with it, but I do remember that was actually a real thing back in the days. So maybe it was just, you know, just that macho feeling that they got out of it. You know, they know that they can just do that.
I think a lot of it is men are visual creatures, right? And at 20 something and 50 something, like, a lot of us guys are superficial to the point where they're like, oh, older women don't look as right as younger women do, and they want to go for that younger looking woman. Even the ones that are their age that they go after look younger, if you notice. Like, you know what I mean? So it becomes a thing of, oh, she's bad. I don't care what her mental's like. And shit, me personally, I don't have the patience for the shit. Like the one exception I'd make, and fucking Coco Jones is probably the only young girl I ever go after.
Yeah, Jesus,
like, but the rest of like, no way. Mentally, can't do it. Like, it may be good to look at, fellas, but it's not. That ain't what we doing.
International.
I mean, there's a multitude of reasons, and whether they're right or wrong is not for me to say. But you have to think of a scenario where, you know, if you tend to date, you know, men and women your age, you tend to be looking for the same things. When you date someone not outside of your age range, they're likely looking for something different. It may be temporary, it may just be a good time, but there's a window of opportunity for women that are, you know, in our peers rather, where we've exhausted a lot of the other things, and now we just want to kind of settle down and, you know, the excitement usually wavers and things of that nature. So it's like if you're still trying to chase certain things as an older adult, the likelihood of you finding that with somebody your age is going to be fairly slim. You know what I mean? You know, maybe you're looking for certain things in the bedroom. You heard Nas say it. He said, "Don't applaud me, yo. Don't applaud me, G. I'm exhausted." You know what I mean? Like certain things. It's like certain things you get from a younger person than you would get from your peers. And that's not saying right or wrong, but you know, we glamorize Stella, but she got her groove back. You know what I mean? It was there was a whole movie about that. It ain't no, you know,
book too, yeah, book movie.
You know what I mean? Ain't no think that at all. You know what I mean? But I think that certain it. I mean, there's so many layers behind this, and I won't peel it back too much, but yeah, that could be some of the reasons why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy because I, you know, growing up, like I went to middle school at the Grover, and I used to see a ton of like high school dudes pulling up in whips, like picking up, and I'm like, as a youngster, I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like I don't have a chance.
I got flashbacks of that M1 fucking mobile out in front of Madison every fucking day.
Yo, dog,
that nigga was nowhere near teenage.
You gotta relax
to be out in front of Madison.
First of all, you gotta relax. Secondly,
see, Kamani already know what it is. Kamani already got it.
Secondly, that's like high school guys to middle school, or like guys that are like 20 and then like they're dating like a sophomore, junior. That's for 4 or 5, maybe 6 years. We're talking like 20-something years. That's like Shannon Sharp's 50-something.
Got kids.
That girl is
56.
I think so. 55.
Yeah, he's like mid-50s.
And this,
you know, at his age, it's sport. It's you know, that's a trophy for him at this age. You know.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah, that's because I guess my thing would be like is. What's the conversation like? Like, what kind of dialogue can you have to be even on the same level, same playing field, as far as like someone that is like 20 years younger? That when I saw that, I was like, okay, they're not having much conversations, but like, you know, the ones that you heard for pre-recorded were talked about. It was all about role playing and, you know, I want you to choke me and all this go on and stuff like, hey man, listen, you know, to each his own, whatever. If you like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I guess I would just like, what is that conversation like? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's.
Well, I think that conversation, especially when you got an older gentleman. Well, I'm not going to just limit it to Shannon, but you have an older person who's financially set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now the conversation is, you know, you're trying to persuade them with what you have materialistically. Right. You know what I mean? It's less about your character and your personality because they're not looking for that at that age. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, you know, or you need help going, you know, you need help paying tuition, or you never been to Paris, or you know what I mean? Yeah, we can go tomorrow.
But on the flip side of that, it's also them using that as, you know, I'm young, I'm beautiful, good time.
That too. There's benefits on both sides. I get it.
Yeah.
Don makes a good point. He said many men also move through life with unhealed trauma. Sometimes that trauma makes them act immature also, so they can vibe with younger people easier than a grown woman with priorities.
Yeah.
Which is true. And that's why my pop said, like, when I was younger, he said, be careful of women that are older than you trying to date you, because something's going on with them that they're not dating men in their age bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
they don't want to probably be stay at home. You're probably a little bit more exciting because you're out there in the streets, and you know, she don't want to probably date somebody that just want to be a homebody.
Yeah, and it goes,
you know, someone that's kind of slowed on down.
Or in some cases, you know, some.
The Bluetooth running around back in them days.
I'm going to be as PC as I can about this, but there's just, you know, you go buy a used car and the mileage is like crazy, You know what I'm saying? Man. Like, and some people just want something fresh off the lot. You know what I'm saying? Versus something with a lot of like highway miles, dog. Like if you be rolling
that VTEC engine, boy.
Like, what are we talking about? I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying, like, you know, like, and again, that goes both ways too. With, you know what I'm saying, like, and I know Chuck hates when we use the terminologies on both sides, but yeah, dog, like, you know what I mean? He's like, yo, I don't want them highway miles, man. I want something that's just, you know, a little different, a little vibrant. It's crazy, dog. It's crazy.
Listen. Could we just take a second to appreciate the fresh off the lot? That line was insane.
Actually, you know what? Yeah. That might be a little bit youngish.
That was wow. But it's no, you know, par for the course. But man,
the analogy, dog. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I get it.
Y'all know where I was going.
My mind immediately went back to what Cash used to say this back in the day, and I never understood it right away because I was a square. It said grass in the field, I'll play or something crazy like that.
Yeah,
it's the same idea.
If it's grass on the infield, play ball.
Yeah.
Wild. Now that's wild. Yeah, that's way worse than fresh off the lot.
But that's what my mind went when you said fresh off the lot, because I'm like, oh man. Yo. But yeah.
But so a lot of people, we're focusing so much on Shannon Sharp situation. Right. Bill Belichick's 50-something years older than his girl.
And they don't say nothing about it.
And she's about to fuck up his career. Well, not his career, his new job.
He got money.
He does, but like she can't, like she's about to fuck up his new job, like because she's not mature enough to be able to deal with that type of guy, and Bill is so fucking whipped. That's what it seems like, that he don't care.
You know, I ain't even paid no attention to them, to tell you the truth. I've seen it a couple of times. I haven't even, I mean, has she done an interview or anything?
Nah, but she's always.
She walked out on the interview because she didn't like the questions they were asking. She was like, yeah, we're not answering that. Walked off, looked back to see if Bill was going to follow her, and he didn't. And she stormed off. Like, she's 24. This man's Bill's 73.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So, like, she could honestly be his great granddaughter.
Jesus.
I just, see with stuff like that is how does Bill? What is the line Bill says to book her? Like, how does he bag that? What does Bill say to her?
I got a couple of $1,000 in my pocket right now.
Go to a Patriots game.
What?
You want some candy? I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
Want some candy, little girl? Like what?
Yo, want some candy is wild. Are you kidding me?
No, but yeah, no. I get it. Like Shannon Sharp's girl was an OnlyFans model, so Shannon Sharp was on OnlyFans or followed her on.
She was already wild
and slid on her DMs. Bill just got Instagram last year. He wasn't in no DMs, so he had to bump into this girl somewhere and say something.
That's you know what I mean.
Like, I think he might have been seduced.
Really?
Oh, okay.
So you think she was the pursuer?
I think she was the pursuer and got in his ear and said something that he ain't never heard before, piqued his interest, and now he's sprung.
Yeah. Yo, listen, I haven't saw Bill smile so much.
See?
I think I probably saw him smile more than when we won the Super Bowl, versus this time now.
Yeah. She put something on him.
Like straight up. She's put but so does that mean for some women, and I'm not trying to, but does that mean like some women like have daddy issues and there's a search for something there? Is there a deeper issue there we're thinking about, or no? It's just because what makes a young 24-year-old go after someone who is clearly 50 years older than she is?
Status.
Status. Okay.
Status. What you can do for me?
Because when we were younger, and I don't want to say we, when I was younger, because I'm not gonna put that on y'all. I had a crush on Oprah, not because of Oprah, but because of Oprah.
Status.
You know what I mean? Status.
Yeah, I said I'll be Stedman.
And then you fast forward 10 years later, and Chappelle put a skit up about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That touche. That's a good point too.
And let's not get it twisted though. Like sometimes younger people find some way older people attractive. Like, I'll date Felicia Rashad. Fuck around.
Felicia, Debbie,
Cam Greer, like someone, I forget who had a post about it, or Mo Neal had some kind of post, and I was like, yo, don't get it twisted. Felicia Rashad, Cam Greer, Patti LaBelle, Shaka Khan come knocking. I'm opening that door, like, hello.
That as Charlemagne would say, I'm not gonna say the whole thing, but that vintage.
Yeah.
that vintage. That vintage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There are some older women that are just like timeless and guys have crushes on, and it's like, so we can't think that it's not the same for women. Like she may have had that same Oprah crush that Hightower was talking about, like, damn, Bill Belichick runs the Patriots. He's the greatest coach of all time. Like, I'd love to be able to date him. And then she sees him out, approaches him. Who knows?
Yeah, no, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So I mean, like, so with any of you brothers, like, I mean, and everybody here is spoken for, but just has there ever been a time a while, like a long time ago, where like you've ever been hit on by like someone like a lot younger than you?
Younger? No,
I've had meaning like 20 years younger than you. Like, I'm nuts.
Shit, you fucked me up with that. 20 years younger.
No.
We're in our 40s, bro. We're all in our 40s.
Yeah.
We're in our 40s.
Well, let me take that back. Yes.
Yeah, my daughter's friends,
What?
Yeah, my daughter's friends, my daughter be like she'll get on them like, no. And then my daughter hit me up, hey, don't put no more pictures up on Facebook. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yo, what?
None ever spoke directly to me. It's just stuff I hear from her and whatever. And my daughter she shut that shit down. No.
Okay.
Jermaine, you'll get there in about 3 more years.
I do not want to go anywhere near there.
You don't, but
don't project that to me, brother. No. Hell no. Keep that away from me. I don't want no parts. No, don't even put that energy in this.
But then again, you gotta understand, my daughter is 20. How old is my daughter? 25.
How old is my daughter?
Yeah. You get up in age, you be forgetting about them niggas after a while. You pay attention to the ones that are, 1 to like that 19 age, and then after that, forget about that shit.
That's fucked up.
You just know birthdays. That's all you know. Just birthdays. You don't care about the numbers.
Yeah, I can't. But did you guys answer Payne Hightower? Did y'all answer? Have that happened to you guys?
Let me see. Thinking back. Yes. I'll just say yes. I'm not going to go into detail. But yeah, I've had a younger lady approach me.
I honestly don't remember if I did, and even if it happened, like I've told y'all on many occasions, I'm usually oblivious to that shit unless you're unless you're hitting me over the head with the fucking bat about it. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't have known or paid attention to it.
Man, yeah.
Well, you said you ain't. That's never happened. So.
No, I can't. I had once. It was a while ago, and I remember being out somewhere, and it was I might have been like I was in my maybe like my 30s, and there was probably like her 20s that came up to me and was like, "Do you remember me?" And I'm sitting there, and I'm sauced, and I'm like, "Nah, not really. I remember you from like middle school or something." I'm like, "What?" Like, Like, oh, okay, yeah, like, how you doing? Nice to meet you, and like, kind of, kept it moving.
Yeah,
so
keep it moving.
like that's it. That's it. Cause yeah, it just again, it's just there's nothing that we could have had in common. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that would be the biggest thing. I'm a talker. I like to talk, and so with someone who is like, 10 years or more younger, it was like, nah, not really.
Nigga, stop being nice. I said, bitch, you ain't on my level. You ain't smart enough to have conversations with me. That's all it is.
Yeah, listen, man, listen. Everybody's not an asshole like you, bro.
Listen,
like,
that's not
I'm
age
not
specific.
Kamani's the asshole.
That's not age specific, little.
Kamani's definitely the asshole, but you're like, you're giving them some competition, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say no shit like that though, but like, say your daughters are these girls, right? Like they're 25, 26, whatever. And a guy, Shannon Sharp's age, approaches them, like of his status and everything. What's your next move? What do you do?
It's gonna be some slow singing, flower bringing, my burger alarm starts ringing. Are you kidding me, dog? Listen, negative, man. Negative. We not.
I mean, at that point, they're beyond 21. They're grown. What can you say besides beating his ass?
In truth, all you can do is have a conversation with him and her, maybe.
Yeah.
No, you gotta have a
other than that, you really.
No, I'm having a conversation.
You're gonna have a conversation. I'm having a conversation with both.
Yeah, because I want her to hear me threaten him.
Because first of all, I need to have this. Hey, listen, I don't think this is what it is. You gotta have that one with her, but you also gotta understand you gotta have one with him because she ain't probably gonna listen to nothing you fucking said anyways when she go out the door the next day. So now you have to tell him, hey, listen, I might need you to back the fuck away. Because we're gonna have a problem. So you gotta talk to both of them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but I'm definitely talking to her first, like, because I need to get an understanding, like, what where did I fail you at? Okay, that's gonna be one.
Where did she say, y'all? He got the money. Now what?
Where did I go wrong as a father that you want to date someone that is dramatically younger than you are? You know,
sometimes it's not like Maul said. It's not shit you can do. Like that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like they're grown, and you run the risk of pushing your daughter away by doing that. You know what I mean? Like I think Sammy's strategy is right. You have a talk with her, then you have a talk with them. Like, you know what I mean? Like together. Like, yo, this is my daughter. I don't agree with what's going on. As long as she's happy and you're treating her right, I'm fine. But the moment she don't, I'm gonna throat punch you and fuck you up.
All right.
That's really all you can kind of do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. More say how you feel.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And that's until he it's her birthday and he comes over the house and he buys a cake and on top of the cake it says best so-and-so I ever had. What are you gonna do then?
Oh, he's getting slapped because that's disrespect. Like that's you don't disrespect. Like that's an extreme. Like if after you've had that talk, he comes to the house and he does some dumb shit like that. Throat punches are not off limits. You are immediately getting a right hook to the windpipe.
But again, now but she's grown though. Wait a minute, now she's grown.
Yeah, she's grown, but you don't disrespect the crib like that. You don't do that.
Yeah,
you don't disrespect like that's part of the conversation. Like respecting me as her parent and respecting her. Like nah, we're not doing that. No matter what age, I don't give a fuck if you're the same age as her.
Right. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. That's why I saw that story this week where that situation happened, where a dad walked out of his daughter's birthday gathering because the boyfriend came over and had a cake that said best so-and-so I ever had. You know what I mean? And the daughter went to go ask the father what happened. He was like, yo, your cake was disrespectful. Like, that's wild.
You didn't take the cake with him?
He didn't take the cake with him. No,
Shit,
no.
okay, ain't nobody having
he
cake.
was a nice. He was being nice. He didn't want to ruin and embarrass his daughter, so he did the right thing. He did the right thing. Walk off with no smoke.
So you on some pain shit, just knocking shit over, just knocking. Just
punted that kid across the fucking street.
Nah, I think Pops did. I think Pops did the right thing, walking away. I mean, it's her day. You still don't want to embarrass her.
He tucked his tail between his legs and walked away.
He probably walked away not to hurt him.
Yeah, probably so. I definitely can agree with that because that's definitely
You said little. You said that's not her fault.
Huh?
She little said something to the effect that that's not her fault.
I mean, did she know that cake was coming in that way?
I think
I don't know.
I think she showed us some of the blame because if he thinks he's comfortable enough to put that on a cake in front of everybody, what is she allowing? When I ain't there.
Like if she don't fucking blitz, like I'm a blitz.
Like she's supposed to see that and react, and if she don't react, it's like, okay, you allowing this bullshit.
Yeah. I mean that's a different level. That's a different level. You know what I mean?
You got a point there.
No, it is definitely a different
level. Got a point there.
You know, what was I about to say? Damn, drew a blank.
If you got if y'all were Shannon Sharp, would this have even been an option? Because one, she's younger. Two, we all know that stigma of black athletes and former athletes and white women. Like, so it's almost like a double no-no for him. You know what I mean? So if put yourself in Shannon Sharp's shoes, me personally, after seeing how she looks and knowing that whole white women stigma anyways, like, I'm good. I'm not even going to be in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, the brothers are fascinated about the snow, man, playing in the snow. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't mean like it's a football game. If there's a fascination with the snow, dog, I don't. Yeah, I mean,
not all snow is good snow, man.
Huh?
There's not all snow is good snow, man. There's yellow snow out there.
I
gotta be careful.
I hate snow. Like, I'm not saying I hate white people. Don't say that. But I fucking hate snow. So I'm not dabbling in the snow.
Yeah. I mean, that just feels like, again, I guess he wanted to act out his whatever wild fantasies he had, and maybe he feel like that the sisters they wouldn't be down with having a dog collar on or freaking.
Well, I wonder if that's,
you know what I mean? Like
that was part of her thing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because everyone has kinks on OnlyFans and all this other stuff, and maybe she was doing something that's caught his attention. Like, oh, I need that.
Yeah. I got to have you.
Daniel said, I think he knew what he was doing, and
100%.
Who he picked on purpose.
Yeah. But it was something she was doing because, I mean, unless, I mean, I'm not going to say one way or the other about how she looked, but she had to be doing something that caught his attention.
Yeah.
She looked like,
you know what I mean? Because she's not holding much.
Anybody seen the body?
I don't know.
She ain't holding much.
She looked average to me. Like, she looked like the average 20-something-year-old. Like,
yes.
I wouldn't even say average.
I don't see what Shannon Sharp seen.
Yellow snow.
Pissy snow, man. Nah.
I'm saying, listen, we go outside, we play in the snow. You know what snow not to play with.
Yeah, don't eat yellow snow.
Don't eat yellow snow.
Literally and figuratively.
Literally and figuratively. If Shannon Sharp didn't play with the yellow snow, we wouldn't be talking about it right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, but again, it just shows how one decision, like, can just change everything. You know what I'm saying? Can just change everything. Like, unfortunately, like, he's lost ESPN. He's lost this. It's crazy. Like, is there a bounce back from something like that? Like, are you able to? Do you think you would be able to bounce back from that kind of situation?
Only if he's found not guilty.
Yeah, but he's always gonna get the side eye.
You know.
But he still has his podcast network, so networks might not hire him, but his podcast is still doing numbers.
Yeah, and people will tune in because it's Shannon.
And I think he's getting more money off of those than he is off of the networks.
It's gonna be quiet for a little while because nobody wants to be the first to jump back on that wagon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because now you're associated with that, and now your brand is associated with that. So it's gonna be quiet for a little while, but he's still a hot ticket. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it definitely
you know what?
is. It's gonna be a minute.
I don't think it'll affect him for too long. I mean, shit. Now, people done seen OJ come and be on, what's that? With Cam and Mace, and they would,
yeah,
it didn't hurt them one bit. And in fact, it drew in ratings for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was
I don't think it's a hurt shit.
It was a little different. I mean, OJ didn't have as much like on camera
OJ
stuff
killed
going on.
the
No, I'm saying like
it was quiet for OJ before he came back on that. Way quiet for OJ before he was on any of that stuff.
It took a while. It took a while for them, and even that was risky for them. But
but now with all these new black podcasts and all these guys that already got money, that I think it'll be a lot different for Shannon. I think he'll bounce back a lot faster.
So, but let me ask you this, right? Like we talked about the way we would be with with our daughters and stuff like that, right? But like, I mean, say it little, you have a son, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if your son comes home, he's in his 20s and he's got like a 30-something, 40-something, like, what are we gonna say to him, right? Most likely we're gonna say, that's my boy, right? Like,
that's the first thought. But again, that's the first thought.
Come on, like, who are we kidding?
That's going to be the first thought. Like, all right, nigga, I see you. But then I have to sit back and I'm gonna have to watch for a while. I'm gonna like you. I got to see what this conversation is like. So we're gonna have to sit down. I'm gonna have to listen to them, how they interact and watch all that stuff, and then afterwards, based on how they interacted, I'm gonna have that talk. Now, if she seems like she's running the show, no. No, but listen, your kids are gonna do whatever your kids are gonna fucking do.
Facts.
You just got to be able to accept it. So this is how I have to do it. I gotta see what this is all about, man.
Your son come home with a lady 15, 20 years his senior. All he's doing is rocking the bells. There's no conversation. What are we talking about? The conversation is, when are you gonna rock my bells again?
You never know. She might be immature as fuck.
Or she, like Kamara said,
for at 30 something, she probably got kids, and I don't want my son with a woman who got kids if he ain't got none. That's a good point. Again, remember, like, let's not get it twisted. We grew up seeing freaking Omar Epps and freaking Juice, and he was in high school and his girlfriend was a nurse.
Yeah.
Okay, with a full-time job and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. He was going by there. He was going by there laying pipes. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I totally forgot about that.
Come on,
I totally forgot about that.
Think about that. We championed him, man.
He was rocking the bells.
Yeah,
that was
I totally forgot about that.
I think that more had to do with who they cast in that role, because Cindy from In Vogue was fire.
She no question about it, but that doesn't change the fact that she was a nurse.
If they casted Esther Roll in that fucking role, we wouldn't be. God rest her soul. If they casted her in that role, we wouldn't have been champions, and we'd been like, "What the fuck is he doing with that?" He shouldn't be knocking down Florida Evans at the age of 17.
Well, I mean, Marcus Graham was knocking down Lady Eloise, so.
Come on, man. Come on.
But see, he was doing it for a come up.
Yeah, true.
Status.
And that wasn't his, but it wasn't his idea though. That wasn't his. It was her coming on to him.
Yeah.
And he was just like, well, maybe I'll get a raise out of it. Literally.
She got the raise.
And she got the raise. He didn't get ish.
He didn't get nothing.
Hell no.
Yeah. She used her status to sway him a certain way, to pipe it down in forms of an exchange of thinking he's gonna get a promotion, none of which happened at all. You know what I mean? Like, yo. Oh man, yo. Well, what's the moral of the story with this situation?
Hey, the moral of the story is
to each his own.
Yellow Snow, hammer throw, we gotta go. Celtics in 6.
Hey, yo, oh shit. Hightower, Little, what's the moral of the story here, fellas?
Go ahead, Little.
What the Height say? Don't eat the yellow snow.
Listen. Yellow snow is not safe.
Yeah,
we gotta make that a t-shirt.
Nah, yeah. Listen, I'm gonna go have a talk with Jakayla after this, right? After this episode tonight. Like, yo, date your age, right?
Like, what the fuck?
Right. She's gonna look at me like, Dad, what are you talking about? I'm like,
right.
Don't worry about it. We will talk about it on our podcast tonight. Okay. Keep it in your age, right? Don't be trying to. You ain't got no daddy issues, dog. Don't be messing around like that.
But we spoke
You're
about
definitely not like my maritime today, then.
We spoke about something similar, like on, I forget what episode it was on, but it's almost like a cruel trick God played on us to, like, as a punishment, reversing our primes, right? Like, women are at their sexual peak as they get older, so they like younger guys, and like when they're younger, they like older guys. So because they want the maturity. So it's like when they're younger, they want the maturity, so they date up in age. When they're older, they want someone to fucking blow their back out for days on end, so they want the younger guys. So it's almost like by default they want an older guy, and some older guys know that, so they pander to it because the women their age ain't falling for the bullshit.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Danielle, to be fair, we handle situations with sons and daughters different. Absolutely. Look at Drea, Gabrielle, it was BM, Bernice. We weren't giving us all the time. Very true. Yeah, great point, D. Great point.
Very true.
Great point.
Bernice is how old? 49?
He's like,
48?
He's like our age, yeah.
And Jaylen Brown is what, 26?
Mm-hmm.
He's in his middle 20 years.
Yeah, so
is he still with her? I thought they got rid of him.
I don't think so, but when she was dating him, he was still 20 years older than him. Same thing with
now,
Green.
Jalen Green is only 22,
23.
Yeah, her son and him about the same age.
And
Drea's
like 40.
Like 42, 40, yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, she's definitely, I think she's just 40.
And they just recently broke up, didn't they?
I think so, because I seen something with her commenting about, was it Shador? I think Shador.
Oh man, come on, yo, Shador, stay locked in and focused. Don't do it, dog.
Nah, Shador out there, man. Shador done had a couple of chicks already.
Don't do it. He can do that all day, but I mean, like, don't.
Prime ain't letting him go down that path.
Yeah,
man. He done had a whole lecture and had an Instagram model, or what was she, an OnlyFans or Instagram model, come and talk to them about that shit. Like, they know what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. And
that's still that lifestyle, man. That's still that lifestyle.
You remember Hugh Hefner? Like we saw this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Before.
Yeah,
Hugh. And Hugh was like on Bill Belichick status. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
And Nicole Smith too.
Let's see the dancehall artist. I don't know who that is.
Yeah. That's who I last seen him with.
Yeah, she's dope.
She was the chick sitting next to him. Day one of the draft that he was talking to.
Okay. All right. Didn't know that. Did not know that.
Even years back, Anna Nicole Smith was dating like a 90-year-old man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
yeah, he was
that
his,
was a money investment.
He was on his deathbed, something close to that.
Yeah. But I think so. A lot of times, so again, I hate that I keep referencing when I used to work at Alex's or at a strip club. Those older guys come in there, they want companionship. That's all they want. And some of these women are like, you know, he doesn't want anything from me. Like, I know he doesn't want me for my body. He just, you know, he actually wants conversation and companionship. I can give him that. And I think that's what that case was, because I think immediately he left her mad money. But then she died not too long after he did.
Yeah.
Wow. Got all that money, man, and probably, you know what I mean, picked up habits she never had before. You dig? That was crazy.
So,
Kid, what up, girl?
Yeah, didn't she get into drugs?
Yeah, she was.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh man, well, I mean, we getting up against it, man. You guys, you know, well, little, you know what time it is, big dog.
Yeah. Today's mirror time, which I know Jermaine is not going to like. When you truly love someone, age doesn't matter, whether it's a difference of 2 years or 30 years. Love is love.
Yeah, love is love. Listen, you know what I mean?
Bill Belichick.
Love is love. Just don't bring it in their mind, okay? Just don't bring it in mind, because I'm gonna have that before you know it, boy.
Yeah, you know what?
About this one, so.
Hi, Tar, you got the gun yet?
I got no. I got the license though.
Oh yeah, because I gotta go do that. I think I'm about to go to the shooting range and try to get this gun license.
I told y'all, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody called me like, yo, let's go hit the range.
You know what? Yeah, You're right. You're right.
Let's make that happen.
Definitely have it. I definitely have it.
Let's make that happen.
I'll bring.
Yeah, let's set it up.
We just need an ID, right? As long as we go with you and you got yours. We just need an ID.
The Attleboro one, you don't even need a license. You need your ID, and they'll either rent you a gun, or if you're there with someone with a license. Like, I brought my ex there, and I let her shoot all the guns. So.
Yeah, Tackleberry. We're gonna have to pull up to the range.
Let's take this offline and figure this out, man.
I already know. You got the suitcase for it, 3 levels. You know what I mean? Shotguns here. You know what I mean? I already know. Duh. Yo, man, listen. Shout out to our brother Capo. He couldn't be with us tonight. You know what I mean? But he is in town. He is on location. He's doing his thing with the family. You know what I mean? So gonna be dope. We're gonna see him tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a good time. It's been a little bit. You know what I mean? So shout out to our brother up here enjoying time with the family.
Shit, I might go live tomorrow night.
You know what I'm saying? Listen,
just sitting around talking.
Listen, man. Sparring Minds Prime Remix episode 177.
Sir, Yellow Snow. I don't know. We gotta go.
Celtics in 6.